in the West, governments should really be interested in trying to study much more how this recruitment happens, where the appeal comes from, and therefore how they can prevent young people from joining extremist groups going forward. So I think there's an intrinsic value in bringing back individuals like this, not only to investigate and prosecute the crimes they may have committed, but also to really understand and address why this was an attractive choice for them to begin with. It's surprising to see that there isn't more interest from European and US authorities to actually get more information on those networks, on what it was that attracted a young woman, a teenager in London or in the US to actually make that journey to join a group like ISIS and to live under ISIS. You know, everyone's going to come back with different experiences and different views, but the idea that they can be left in Iraq and Syria is not one that's sustainable, not one that any Western government should be comfortable with, given the realities of Iraq and Syria. And in fact, I do think they have an obligation not to saddle countries like Iraq and Syria with people that are very much a product of the country that they're from. They're not a product of extremism in Iraq. They're a product of extremism within their own countries. I think if these individuals pose a real security risk and were implicated in a crime, they will be spending a long time in prison, I presume. And, you know, I think some of these individuals might have gone and lived under ISIS and come out really hating a lot of what the group did, rejecting what the group did, and they won't be coming back as emissaries for another extremist group. I think, you know, there are many foreign women and children who are sitting in Syria or Iraq who went and lived under the Islamic State. And these individuals, some are potentially guilty of very serious crimes. They should be investigated, and those crimes should be prosecuted if they did indeed occur. What I think is very clear from the work that we've done in Iraq is that the Iraqi justice system is incapable of properly investigating and addressing and prosecuting these offenses. This is a criminal justice system that does not provide the right to fair trial. It does not provide the right for victims of these very serious ISIS abuses to participate, and automatically these individuals will be facing the death penalty in the context of a trial that was fundamentally unfair. On the converse side, when you're talking about the situation in Syria, the Syrian Democratic Forces have made very clear they have no interest in prosecuting these foreigners, and they want these foreigners to be taken back home and dealt with at home. In that context, countries like the United States, countries like the United Kingdom need to be taking these people back and dealing with them within their very robust investigative system. They have an ability to investigate crimes. They have an ability to prosecute if crimes are found. But the idea of leaving these people in limbo in northern Syria, where the Syrian authorities will not be prosecuting, or in Iraq, where these people are not going to be getting any semblance of a fair trial, is simply unacceptable.